There's an accident there that has been cleared. Some stop and go from Southfield Freeway. We do have some delays at eastbound 696 and 96. Road construction closing 2 left lanes there. Westbound 94 after Mount Elliott. Accident pushed off to the right shoulder. That's your right now traffic.
Yeah. Now.
Lauren's hit list.
Okay, Kate Beckinsale. Had no idea she was going through what she's going through. She raised questions by sharing photos of herself in a hospital bed as part of a post celebrating UK Mother's Day earlier this week. So much is happening with this Mother's Day in the United Kingdom.
Seriously.
We have the Kate Middleton stuff and now this. But a source shared new information about why she was in the hospital. Apparently she hasn't been doing well or feeling well for a really long time. She was supposed to go to the Vanity Fair Oscars party, had to cancel. She was doing her best to take care of herself, but it's not a great situation. She also shared multiple pictures from her hospital bed in an Instagram post dedicated to her mom. One where she's actually crying. One where she has her little kitty cat in the hospital bed with her. You have to be super rich to get your at-home pet to come into the hospital with you. I think they only do that if you're super rich. Or, God forbid, there's something really wrong with you. So we just wish her well.
What do you think the fee is for that? $700 per day?
Just a little cat. Just a little cat. And any cats that I've ever had, I mean, how do you get the cat to just stay there? My cat would be all over the place.
Oh, yeah.
Destroying things.
My daughter's cat would, take down a hospital.
But we just want her to be well. We don't quite know what the health issue is, but we know she's battling something. Speaking with battling and putting up a fight, Olivia Munn, diagnosed with breast cancer last year and underwent a double mastectomy. In a long post where she shared what happened to her, she thanked her boyfriend, John Mulaney, for supporting her throughout the journey. She said that she underwent 4 surgeries in the last 10 months, including that double mastectomy. In her Instagram post, she shared she chose to keep the diagnosis and worry and recovery and pain and paper gowns private, saying she needed to catch her breath and get through some of the hardest parts before sharing why she wants to share now. I think this is so important. I read this a few times. So she was diagnosed with an aggressive form of cancer in both breasts, despite testing negative for all cancer genes in a genetic test and having just had a normal mammogram. She said last year she took that genetic screen that a lot of people, a lot of women are said to take, and it can basically tell you your risk level based on your genes. Like, it's a really good picture of what's going on.
Okay.
Came up great. Mammogram came up great. She said she high-fived her sister last year because they both had good results. It was just months later where she went to her OBGYN and asked for that person to calculate her breast cancer risk assessment. Her score was a 37. After a 30, anything after a 30, you're supposed to get an MRI.
Okay.
She did that, led to an ultrasound, and then they biopsied. Super aggressive cancer in both breasts. Which freaks me out as somebody who just did their mammogram and it came back normal. Is that enough? We should all be going to our doctors and asking for this cancer risk assessment. And that's why she's sharing this information, to get it out there.
And sidebar, insurance companies, cover it.
Seriously.
Cut the crap and cover it.
Yeah. So she is doing okay. She and John Mulaney were just at the Oscars this weekend celebrating.
He crushed it, by the way.
She said she thanks him for everything that he did for her, including keeping a picture of their little boy Malcolm right next to her. So every time she woke up from her surgery, he was right there. John Mulaney commented on the post and just said, "Thank you for fighting so hard to be here with us. Malk and I adore you." Oh, my goodness. So we just want her to be well. Keith Morrison from Dateline is opening up on just the grief that he and his wife have been dealing with. He is Matthew Perry's stepfather, and we know Matthew Perry passed away last fall. He says, though, to give a little bit of a silver lining, that Matthew Perry was happier than he had ever been in a long time leading up to his death. He said he was happy, and he told us that. He said he hadn't said that for a long time, and it's a source of comfort for Keith and his wife, Suzanne, who's Matthew's mother. He also said Matthew and Suzanne were closer than they had been in decades. Here is Keith Morrison talking to Hoda Kotb about where Matthew was in his sobriety journey.
As he put it